Hello, dear soul, and welcome. I'm Nick Alarud. This is your first time here with me. I'm an entrepreneur and spiritual convert that found wellness, meditations, and spirituality after going through my own massive corporate burnout. And now I make meditations and coach individuals through their stages in their own life to help them find freedom and abundance in all aspects. And I'm still also very much on the journey. Today, I wanted to share a little bit about my journey in dealing with scarcity or, the feeling of not having enough. In this self-help world, it's so easy to hear, and read in books like think in abundance. Don't come from scarcity, think in abundance. Just, look around you and see what you have. But for some, that's like telling someone who's drowning underwater, who's like scraping for air to, hey, just breathe. Not necessarily advice that's able to be understood or heard in that moment when they're just trying to survive. Now, I've had my own journey with scarcity, with battling the feelings of never having enough. And before we begin today's meditation, I'd like to share my own story with you. So, I grew up middle class. We had what we needed, but there was always kind of this subtle messaging in the household, right? Like, don't throw that away. You might need it. Hold on to that. There's a lot of different things. I also remember moments when every time there was like something called profit sharing in the house, and my dad, who would go off and work lots of hours, and he'd come home, and I don't know if it was once a month, or he'd put something called profit sharing on like a piece of furniture in my home, and my mom would just take it. There'd be no thank you, but sometimes there was a fight, right, around that amount of money, whether it was enough and what it was there for and what to do with it. I also remember a couple other things, right? Going to try and cook something in the oven, and when I opened it, there's a ton of plastic containers, and old cardboard fell out of it, and then and that voice, I might need this someday. We won't have enough to buy another one. That rang true for the household. And even now, I still find it hard to let things go. My real relationship with scarcity, though, began at 16. That's when I left home. I found myself in a situation that just did not feel safe. I know a lot of you might relate with that. And I knew I had to leave quickly. And after leaving, I had to take care of myself. I worked 3 jobs, finished high school, and I took the bus everywhere because I didn't have a car. When I was 18, I finally was able to save enough money to get my first car. I bought a used 1989 blue Ford Taurus for $1,000. And I remember sitting in the driver's seat, hands on the wheel. My body exhaled, and I remember distinctly saying, now I'll never be homeless. That moment completely shaped me. So for me, that car wasn't just a way to get around, or it was survival. It was a symbol that I would start to chase over and over and over again in my life, right? Like, well, as long as I have this, then I won't be homeless. Or as long as I have this, I'll be safe. And that's how scarcity does get programmed. Not because maybe you didn't have enough, but the nervous system just decided, I never want to feel that feeling again. I never want to be unsafe. And so we build, we earn, we save, we achieve, and even when we win, our body stays restless. So maybe you know that feeling. So what I eventually learned, no matter how much I earned, how many jobs I had, or eventually how many businesses and how big I could create things and how much I would scrimp and save and I would coupon, I was just constantly living in never enough. You'll never see the abundance around you when you're always trained to only see what you don't have. And so I learned to live like that for a really, really long time before finally becoming aware of this story and the programs and leaning into reprogramming my brain to start seeing things differently. And that's why I created this meditation, to help you become more aware of when you're living and feeling in that scarcity and that not enoughness. And after being aware of it comes the ability to softly challenge some of those early programs and beliefs. So I'd invite you to just gently hold this question in your heart without needing any answer. As we move into the meditation, maybe you can think of, where did I learn that whatever I did, whatever I accumulated, still wasn't enough? And where do we still live in that not enoughness? Now let's take a minute. We'll move into some grounding, and let's begin. Find a comfortable position. Let your body be supported, and just bring your attention to your breath. No need to change it yet or shift, just notice the inhale and exhale. Let's get them a little slower with each breath out. Allow your body to soften. Relax your jaw, unclench your teeth. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Soften those muscles in your belly, the place that often holds fear, control, or even vigilance. And now just feel the weight of your body being held. Whether you're sitting in a chair or lying on a bed or standing, maybe the ground beneath you, the chair or the cushion, or maybe you're lying in your bed, just feel that support. You don't have to hold yourself right now. The earth has got you, just like it has your entire life. Take one more slow breath in, and a really long breath out, and just let yourself arrive. Sometimes when we find ourselves reaching, building, chasing something, chasing anything, the higher paying job, that next level, the next big number in the bank account, it's not because anything is wrong with us. It's just because we learned something early on. Often, we were mirroring what we saw. It was our younger self doing their best to adapt to our environment, keeping your attention on your breath, knowing that you are completely safe here in this place. Let's do some work. I'll invite you to gently bring your awareness to the earliest memories you have around money, conversations, or maybe it was a moment of unsafeness. Take a moment. You don't have to think too hard, and remember, you can't do this wrong. Maybe you remember adults talking or worrying about bills, or hearing the tension in someone else's voice when they're acting from a place of not enough. Or maybe someone that you cared about, you saw them just stressing about the future, about the unknowns. Maybe you were brought up and put in some unsafe situations, or people who were supposed to love and protect you, they were not there in those moments. Or possibly they were the perpetrators of you being unsafe. Maybe you learned that love came with achievement, or approval only came with success, good grades, or safety only came with control. Sit into this memory. There's no need to judge any of what's coming up for you. Just notice. Notice the memory. Feel whatever comes up. Whose voices do you hear? What does the room look like that you're in? What feelings are coming up for you? Maybe an emotion, maybe there's a feeling in your body, a tension, stiffness. You are doing wonderfully, dear one. And now, I would like you to bring your attention from that memory, and let's just bring it inward, back to the breath. Let's ask very softly, what did I learn about money growing up? What stories or programs did I pick up? Just by being around? What programs did I learn about security? And what did I learn about safety, being safe, keeping myself safe? Just be aware of these subconscious beliefs and programs. When we're born, the mind is a very powerful muscle. Its only job since the day we came into this planet was to keep you safe and protect you. And so every moment that you observed as a child, how your parents, your friends, your teachers or religious teachers, any person of influence, the moment they modeled anything, your mind locked it in. Some very common ones, common stories and programs are, we have to share. We won't have enough. Maybe some of us heard, money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe some of us knew that the moment the topic around money or having anything would come up, there'd be a big fight. Mom and dad would fight, or there'd just be a tension, a stress. And so our bodies and minds lock that in. Or having money and nice things is considered greedy and it's wrong. And I'll be rejected by my friends or family if I do get it. Or if I can get to a place where I can just have enough, I can finally have enough, I will finally be able to relax. Or if I can just get more, get that promotion, save a little bit more money, hit that next target. If I could just achieve that next level, that little more, I can finally feel safe. But the problem, dear one, is that the mind doesn't know when to stop. It doesn't know when safety has already arrived. The mind doesn't know when to put down the constant overthinking, which can put our nervous system in fight or flight. When in reality, feel this, maybe the world is not how our mind has programmed to see it. Take some time now, just for yourself. Feel into this for a few moments. What if you are safe? What if you've already done enough? It's okay if you can't feel that yet. Just breathe. Now, we'll do another exercise that you can't do wrong, little one. Knowing that you're safe right here in this moment, listening to my voice, I want you to imagine the younger version of you. Picture that younger version of you in one of those moments when you were learning, when you were scared, feeling this lack of safety, or feeling this fear around not having enough, not being enough. And just look, knowing you're the observer, just look at that younger version of you. The younger version who adapted, the one who carried more than they should have, the one who did the best they could. See them clearly. What are they wearing? Where are they in this moment? Are they holding anything in their hands? And instead of judging or having any negative thoughts, in this moment, we're going to offer them only compassion. Now, I want you to softly approach this younger version of you. Lean into them. And I want you to whisper or just send them the words that you intend, the words that you need to hear in this moment. Little one, I am so sorry this happened to you, that you experienced this, that you overheard those things, that you were put into that situation, that you had to hold all that energy and tension. You did nothing wrong, little one. You were doing the best you could do with what you had. You were brilliant, and you survived. Even if you don't see it yet, little one, know that I've got you now. You are safe. And I will always make sure you are taken care of, even when you feel completely alone. You're never alone. I've got you. And you are so loved. Take a moment with your little one now. Just feel into anything that's coming up. Hold them if they let you. Whisper any words they need to hear in this moment. You are doing so great, dear one. This is really deep work. Now, I'll invite you to come back to your adult body. Come back to your breath. And in this moment, I want you to remember something important. Think back to a time in your life when you didn't know how you were going to make it. A moment when you didn't know how you'd pay the rent, the mortgage, how you'd buy groceries next week, how you'd take care of your loved ones, or how you'd get through the month. Knowing that you're safe, let yourself go here. You know this feeling, this uncertainty, this tension, maybe the same tension you felt as a young one. But this time, I'm going to invite you to ask another question. Even in the moment when you didn't know how it was going to work out, did I survive? Did I make it through? Yes, dear one, somehow it worked out, didn't it? The mind wants to jump in and talk about all the things that it might have done to fix the situation, but the reality is, maybe it didn't work out perfectly, most definitely not the way you expected. But here you are. Your body will remember this, that things will always work out for you. Your cells remember this. Life has provided for your basic needs even when you didn't know how it would. It's led you here. And there's evidence again and again and again. Let this truth really, really sink in, not just in your mind, but in your body. Feel this relaxation. Feel that tension just release, knowing that it's not up to you to have to worry anymore, to have to figure things out anymore. The universe, source energy, life, it's got your back. Feel the evidence. When your nervous system trusts that you survive, you stop running. And when you stop running, you can finally create. Not from fear, but once we fully feel that fear, we acknowledge where it comes from. We feel the feelings associated, and we let it go, thanking it for keeping us safe. And now we have evidence that the universe has always worked out for you in every way. We can ask ourselves new questions. What would be possible if you are no longer scared of not having enough? What would it feel like? What would you do? What would you create? What different feelings are in your body? Maybe there's a tension that's just releasing, or just a deep feeling of relaxation. And now, we have one final person who's looking to give you a message. I want you in your relaxed state. Imagine a person standing in front of you. This person looks just like you, but there's a different outline, a different aura around them. You know this person has been through a lot, and they are your highest version. of who you could possibly be. This angel, your higher self standing in front of you, this part sees the full picture of you and your life. This person knows your resilience. They know the strength. And they know without a doubt that you will always have enough. And they share with you, leaning into your ear, there's nothing more you need to do or to chase to ensure that. You no longer need to run towards safety or run from scarcity. You are safe. You have enough. You will always have enough. You can rest. Your higher self, they have a few more words for you. So in this moment, let them hold you and let them whisper these messages to you now for the next few moments. Now, slowly, gently, knowing that your higher self is always with you, knowing that you can always receive their support, their love, their safety. We know we'll see them again soon. And I invite you to begin to bring your awareness back into your body. Start to feel the support around you. Back to your breath. Make little energetic shifts in your fingers and in your toes. Bring that movement to your wrists and your ankles. Become aware of your body and space again. Feel the support again of that chair or bed or pillow or ground beneath you. That support of the earth that's always underneath you, that will always provide for you. Just like the trees and the plants, if you think of nature outside, they always get what they need, even when they don't know how. They'll get enough sunlight, they get just enough rain, and they even get enough rest in hibernation. They have seasons of rest, seasons of production. They've been on this earth for millions of years, just like you beautiful human. Know that you did really, really good work today. Give yourself so much love for carving out this time for yourself, and know that this work around scarcity and feeling into fear, this is hard work. And the healing does not happen immediately or overnight. So give yourself grace. Maybe you didn't get a message from your higher self. Maybe you couldn't tap into any early childhood memories. Know that it's all perfect. You're doing this at exactly the pace you're meant to do it. So don't force anything. You're simply reteaching your body what it's like to feel safe and to know and feel you'll always have enough, even when your mind tells you otherwise. Your mind can be retaught, it's just a muscle. As you move through your day, dear one, notice when you're creating from that fear, and maybe there's moments when you can start creating from that enoughness. And when scarcity shows up, meet it with kindness. Breathe into it. Thank it for doing its best for keep you safe over the past decades. And then, remembering today, feeling into all the evidence and how the universe and your higher self always has shown up for you, even when you don't know how. Thank that anxiety. Thank the fear. Thank the negative voice that's been so loud. And let it know that in this moment, thank you for being here, but you can take a break. I choose love in this moment. I choose being enough in this moment. I know that money will come and go. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is how we see the world, and we can attract that abundance into our world. Let's seal this with one last breath in and a slow breath out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me today. I know this was a long one. We did 3 different exercises, and you should be so proud of yourself for doing all this work. Thank you for carving out this time. If this meditation brought you back to peace or helped you reconnect to anything, remember you can return here anytime. And you'll find more practices like this one to help you align your energy, to bring you back to your purpose, or because mainly I would make meditations for myself, you'll probably find a lot around being enough, feeling like you have enough, and coming from that place of wholeness. So until next time, remember that you are always provided for. You are so loved. Namaste.